Hello and welcome back to HyperMarket Simulator. This is going to be episode 2, and so because we are out of hours, we're going to go and stock our shelves. So I was going to do this off camera, so to speak, but I thought actually let's just capture everything in real time. So we're going to buy one of each. That leaves us $308. So we could potentially see what else we can unlock, because we want to leave enough working capital to keep restocking our shelves, because it is going to reach the point where we're going to have to do that more than once per in-day game. So we've got our core 6 products here. As you can see, the shelves are already labelled up from where we placed them last time. And where we can, we round those prices up because, well, one, because we make more money, but we don't want to be greedy. But two, because we're going to be giving change, and what we don't want to be doing is spending ages getting like 1 cent out of the till. So where we can round it up, that makes sense to do. Once you've put something on the shelf, the label will stay on there, although you can change it, and the price will also stay the same as well. So it will preset to the suggested market price. So there probably is scope to increase it more than just rounding up a little bit, but I'm not sure that's going to make a massive difference in the scheme of things, and we don't want to be alienating customers by overpricing everything. So what we saw in episode 1 is that if we get 1 box of each, that will sell through in 1 working day in game, and that gives us a nice bit of cash to reinvest. There we are, so that's that done, and let's do a quick recap in that. Our terminal over here is where we're going to purchase our goods and different display items and whatnot. If we want to expand that, then we have to buy licenses. So you can see there, which we'll do actually because we've got enough cash. So the objective is telling us to agree a new tab. So if we go to Urban Edge and sign that, that's going to cost us $100, and that's going to open up some new products there. So you can see down the bottom now, we're able to buy t-shirts. Now, I'd originally thought that to be able to sell those, we needed the quad display, and that means that we've got to spend another $100, but apparently we can put them on shelves. So let's give that a go actually, because they are, the t-shirts, particularly the charcoal tee, are very good sellers. So I'm hoping this is going to go on the shelf, otherwise buying those racks is going to completely wipe us out. Oh nice. And they actually stack, you can stack quite a few. Whereas the rails, they look nice from a display perspective. I like to put them in the windows here, but you only get a few on there. So let's go ahead and round that price up again. We're not being greedy. We're just going to round it up just to make giving change easier. And then what we can do is, if I finish the day here, then we'll start a new working day. And I think the approach here will be, I imagine these are going to sell out pretty quickly, is that as we make a bit of cash, we can actually buy and restock in real time, which is why I like to have the terminal next to the desk here. So let's do that. So day 2, we had 30 customers. I'm not doing very well with these overpayments. Really pay a little bit more attention to that. Time is quite literally money in this game. So let's start our next day. Open up for the customers. See, there's a nice vanilla sky there as we go through the day. It's going to be quite interesting, the mechanics of running somewhere that big. We're going to have a whole team of people working for us. Okay, let's get to it. First customer of the day, already buying a t-shirt. Well done, sir. You want 9. Let's see if we can have at least one day where we give everybody the correct change. So there isn't any metric at the moment linked to how quickly or efficiently you serve the customers, but as I say, the more you serve, the more you sell. $25.10. Green, thank you, sir. And so you can see our cash is already sneaking up slowly, and obviously the more stock we get, the quicker that increases. So within probably a couple of in-game working days, you'll have transitioned into doing more stocking than actual till work, if that's the right phrase for it. 12.50. So yeah, fairly varied character models here. It's not like the same 3 or 4 people over and over again. Yeah, there's a couple of different phrases. I have turned the background music off, because although it's original music, I thought it might detract from the background there. Going back to what I said in episode 1, first top tip is when you're scanning, you can just keep your finger on the L1 button to scan everything. I must have not rounded something up if I'm giving 1171. As you can see, there's only one t-shirt on the shelf now, and they're our biggest profit margin. So what we're going to do is we're just going to keep the next customer waiting for just a second whilst I'm going to actually buy 2 lots of the t-shirts. I know that leaves us a bit short with cash, but we're going to sell these through hopefully in the same working day. So we'll pop those onto the shelf like so. They're already off there to buy them. They're very popular products. Okay, so we can actually get 2 boxes on one shelf. So I can't say whether the different product ranges attract more customers at the moment. What I can say is another top tip is if it looks like you've scanned everything, but they're still not offering the cash, it's probably that there's a product that you can't see behind the till. So again, that approach of keeping your finger on the L1 button helps massively. $15. Thank you, sir, lady, madam. Couldn't see which one it was. 13.43. So, having watched some other videos on the game, you can get a little hand scanner. That means that you can literally wander around your empire like Lord of the Manor and just scan different shelves and containers and whatnot to order the stock, and that will then order it as you progress through. into some storage, and you have a whole team of workers that go and restock the shelves for you.
Lovely weather, isn't it?
See, t-shirts again. We sell all these t-shirts. I don't see anybody wearing any of them when they come into the shop.
How's your day going?
My day's going very well, thank you. How's yours? 42. 50, thank you. Next. Just the 4 t-shirts. 41. 14 seems like a weird price. I'll have to look at what I've rounded.
Thank you for shopping with us.
That's quite a nice touch that if you look at the shelves behind you, you can see the stock reducing visually. So with some of them, some of the other games, you can't really see that. You don't know how much you've got left. And on some games, it seems that you're selling much more than you actually purchased. But essentially, the customers will come until the store closes or you run out of products. So our aim is to sell through as much as we can, in any working day, and then reinvest as much as we can into store improvements and an increased product range. So, as I said earlier, I'm not sure whether that makes an awful lot of difference in terms of the custom that you get. I don't know whether you could just kind of fill up every shelf with the best seller and try and amass as much money as you can. If you've tried that approach, then pop that in the comments, let me know. 2030, determined to give everybody the right change at least once in these videos.
Like the music in here.
He likes the music. Now there is music in the background, but I've turned the volume down in case you think he's lost his mind. Another satisfied customer, and we've again sold through the t-shirts. We're currently up to
How's your day going?
a healthy $746. So I'm going to take another little break from sales just to restock that up. 63. So just bear me a second, people, while I get the old trusty charcoal stripes and get another 2 boxes. Get that onto the shelves. Oh, I put it on the wrong one. Whoops. That's, we can rectify that in a second. And actually that'll be a good opportunity for me to show you how you can move it from one shelf to the other and change the labeling, which I'll do. Actually, I'll just serve these customers so we can maximize our income, and then I'll show you that bit. 11:30.
I like the music in here.
Yes, there's a bit of mental arithmetic here, so you're learning as well, doing a bit of maths without knowing you are. Who knew maths could be enjoyable?
Busy day today?
So we're selling through our stock quite nicely here, and those t-shirts have really bumped up our earnings. And although I could just stack them all on shelves, I think as we progress through the game, it is nice to have some displays there.
Attention shoppers, the hypermarket will be closing soon. Please proceed to the checkout areas. Thank you for shopping with us.
Excuse me. Okay, 42. So hopefully I'm able to keep these videos to around about half an hour. If you'd like to see longer videos, then again, pop that down in the comments, because I sometimes do like to watch formats where it's just kind of almost like background, I suppose, and this lends itself quite nicely to that. But I also need obviously to be able to I should concentrate for a second, at least give the right change for one day. That was my aim. Yeah, half an hour seems like a good kind of compromise to get stuff uploaded. And the beauty of this kind of approach is that although I can't really do any fancy edits, it's really efficient. So if I am exporting something, then every time I move it from one place to the next, there's some kind of editing involved, and I'm not playing on a mega expensive
Thank
PC.
you for shopping with us.
Okay, so we do have quite a lot of t-shirt stock left over, but we did stock that up 3 times, so we can get the item off that shelf and place it on that one. So we don't want to be using all of our shelves. So we can press R1. That will remove the tag. So once you've tagged an area, you can only put that product on there, but as we just showed, you can actually remove the products from those areas and remove the tag ready for the next one, because what I'd like to be able to do is get a wider range of products, and then the grand plan is to get a self-service till as soon as we possibly can, and then we should be able to kind of expand a little bit. So we could do it one of 2 ways. We could either go through and add different shelves and make the area that we've got more interesting, or we could expand the floor plan and just make better use of the space. So I'm open to suggestions. Pop that in the comments, what you would recommend we do. What I'll do just to round this video off is let's restock the shelves with products, and we'll see what cash we have left and what we might want to spend that on to improve the store. So again, once the working day is over, don't put the close sign on the shop, because that will start the next working day and you'll be spending precious sales time restocking your shelves. If the box is empty, as soon as you get near to the bin, it will automatically recycle it. That's that done. And if you can't completely empty your box when you're restocking, it's recycling, it's the wrong game, restocking, then you can pop it on the floor, or you can buy some storage shelving until you're ready to restock it. Cereal. It's quite nice that it restocks it nice and neatly like that as well. So yeah, I've not really, can't say I've noticed any major glitches yet. Some of the other videos I've seen where there's a bit more going on, some of the restockers kind of flow or move through things, but from what I understand, the developers are really actively engaged with the community and constantly making tweaks and improvements to the game, which is excellent to see. Okay, that will just about do it. We'll have a little look on our terminal here. So we are currently at level 7. So we have the t-shirts that we opened up via signing that agreement. We then have that our first kind of big aim, I suppose, is to get to level 12 and have $1,000 to open the first self-service or self-checkout machine. So you can have multiple of those as you go through your playthrough. And it's nice that there's some more visual things there. Oh, and that's got to be the next aim, is the hand scanner. Means you don't have to keep going back to the terminal. So that's going to be our kind of main aims in this game. So first major milestone, let's get a self-service machine. Then we need that hand scanner, I think. And over and above that, we're going to try and expand our products. So obviously if we buy frozen licenses, we're going to need a freezer. And we got a fridge there and different things as well. So let's just have a look. The expansion's not actually that expensive, but let's preserve our cash for now. So we could open up the freezer pack, which actually I'm going to go ahead and do because we've stocked our shelves. That leaves us $397 to then buy the products to go in it. So we'll get the freezer first. Bit of an extra mechanic on this. I did buy the freezer, right? Oh, okay. So I've bought the right to buy the frozen goods. I obviously need a freezer first to put that in. We're just shy of that. Oh, so the packs will open up the right to buy the products. We then need a freezer to put them in, but I'll just quickly show you that our product range has now expanded a little bit more so that we can buy ice creams and a few frozen products. So that is going to be our next kind of milestone, if you will, in our next video. We're nice and stocked up, ready for the working day. Top tips, the charcoal striped tea is a very good seller. Good profit margin. It's going to round that price up so that we don't have to give kind of 1 cent change. So that's a good approach to all of these products. All of them should be as rounded up as they can be without making them overpriced. So at the end of our next working day, I think we should definitely be in a position where we can buy that freezer, stock it up, and then see where else we can go from there. That will do it for episode 2. Hope you're enjoying this series, and as always, this is a pretty new channel, so your support's really appreciated, and I will of course read and respond to all comments. We'll see you in the next one.